Yo, so happy Monday. Trying to sound exciting, but I'm not that excited about anything that's going on right now. There goes those ums again. I know some of you are timing me. I don't need any of that. Listen, highs and lows. I want to talk about highs and lows. And what I mean by that, I am talking about life's highs and lows. You know, those great things that happen and you are just on cloud nine in the sky, highs, and then how you just take that turn and just, and you hit that low. That's kind of my life. That's what I feel like it is. It's all about highs and lows, peaks and valleys. And do you ever just feel like when great things start to happen, something just knocks you down, just knocks you down, or grabs onto your leg or your ankle, like an anchor, and it'll pull you back down. And a lot of things, even when they're emotional things or mental things, and you just in a good place. So, yeah, again, I feel like that's my life all the time, and I say that because I'm feeling like I'm in the midst of that right now. Week before last, a couple weeks ago, I had some really great news. And you see things, you plant all these seeds, and you're waiting for them to grow, and everything starts to appear that it's coming together. And yeah, right when you think things are taking off, you kind of get knocked down a notch. So I'm in that space right now, and I'm trying not to feel low about it. As far as last week goes, last week was a low point for me physically. There's so many different things that I'm noticing that with this particular episode that's very different from the others in the past. Other episodes, it's taken me a very long time to, regain my strength and just my balance to get back in line or aligned. And this time, it seemed to be reversed. Those things started happening faster. And the only weird thing is about it's kind of scary because I was excited and I'm thinking, oh, look at the progress, all these other things that I'm doing, all these alternative therapies, this turmeric, the reflexology, all these other things. And then you go and you have an episode that you realize, wait, I can barely stand today, or stuff like that. And you don't expect those things to happen in like the reverse. I have always been under I can't talk right now. I've been under the impression that, once you start working on that climb, you just keep going up. It doesn't necessarily always go back down, but this particular time I'm seeing the difference, and I don't know how I feel about it. So what I did today was I woke up and I took my ass to the gym. So I'm just getting back from the gym, and I hadn't been in like the last 6 or 7 months. I won't count the 4 of which I've been in this episode, but the 3 months prior to that, I have no excuse, absolutely nothing. I used to be an athlete. I used to be very active. But yeah, that's before I became really, really clumsy and got to falling and shit. Before all of that. But what made me really realize that I needed to force myself to go to the gym was I went to a concert yesterday with a close friend of mine, and we went because we got the tickets for free. And shout out to the person that hooked us up with those. Certainly appreciate it. Appreciate you. But what we realized after we were there for a little bit, we had absolutely no business in there. Like, granted, I'm not that old, but I'm old. And last night made me realize I am too old for this shit. It was a mess. A mess, a mess, a mess. One of the performers that we particularly, well, two of them that I went to go see, Future and Kendrick Lamar, because I had not seen either of them before in concert. So, free tickets, why not? However, the event is more of a family show, so you had a lot of younger individuals there because it is for them. Please understand that. That show is for them. But it was a mess, 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 mess. It was this young lady sitting 2 rows in front of us that decided to sit on her boyfriend's lap and just grope and grind the whole show. It wasn't even slow songs. Like, it was just sad. I wonder who her mother is. It was bad. Gosh, it made me realize this is how I knew I was older. I don't have children yet, but because of what I saw with this young lady, oh, my daughter would not go. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. She groped and grinded like she was on his lap, like juicing. Do people still juice? Do people still say that term anymore? She was juicing during the performance. It was just horrible. And then she got in a fight with these two other young ladies that she was there with. I called them young ladies because they are females, but they very much were dressed like guys, very much studs, to each his own. But I believe they all came together like they were friends. And next thing you look, they're ready to box, you know? Maybe because she was too busy juicing on sitting on her boyfriend's lap and bumping into the other seats. It was just messy. Anyway, we both told the individual that hooked us up, like, how about this? You know, if you get tickets for Anita Baker or something like that, you know. But it was just too much. So why did I drag myself to the gym today? See how I lose my train of thought? Because basically we found parking. Most people don't know the United Center parking is ridiculous. The lots were like $24 a person. I'm not giving out $24. That is disrespectful, okay? And I will not be disrespected. So anyway, went around the block, found street parking like one block over from the $24 lot. And my homegirl was like, well, gee, you want to walk it? And we were like 2 blocks up maybe. And at first I'm like, yeah, I got this. And she kind of looked at me just with a, hmm. She didn't have to say anything, but the was enough in regards to if I was going to bring my cane or not. And I had this small little crossbody bag. I have a folding cane. I've showed it to you all before, but it doesn't fit in that bag. And I'm sick of looking at the bag. I like the bag, but I wear it because it's easy to handle and maneuver when I have other things in my hand. So, you know, I kind of knew I would need it. She folded it up, put it in her in her purse, so I'd have it with me, you know, pimp. And we get out of the car, and I'm thinking about this walk, and I'm just like, yeah, no. And those are the type of people that you need to keep in your life. People that they don't point out obvious things, obvious faults. Like, I wanted to tell myself I could walk those 2, 3, maybe 4 blocks to the stadium, but realistically, my legs, no matter what my mind wants to do, my body won't allow it sometimes. So I got on the phone, got to Uber in it, grabbed an Uber. We took an Uber, not to the door because they can't pull up to the door. So he literally dropped us maybe a block from where we were, which was pointless. Whatever. Got there, dropped us on the wrong side of the building. That means we had to walk around the entire stadium. So I did not have my cane out at first because I'm trying to have times where I'm getting used to not using it as much. I would like to not be dependent on it, but I do know there are times that I need it. So I didn't bust it out at first. It stayed in her bag. I didn't bust it out and I'm walking, but my legs just wouldn't bend. Like, I don't know what was going on. Like, my knees wouldn't. I could feel my left dragging that old drop foot bull. And it's just like, goodness, come on. So now, like, I have to literally talk to my body, like, tell my legs what I want them to do. Because the biggest fear I have, I just don't want to fall. I'm not ashamed. I'm not embarrassed of falling. It's just, it is embarrassing, but I'm used to it by now. But it just wasn't the scene for that. Especially not while I'm in here with all these young, I hate the word thoughts, but they were thoughts. And their tight, cheap dresses and their tight and their cheap shoes. It was just a mess. But the point is, I went to see Kendrick and Future. Back to the point. We're walking down to our seats, and you know, they didn't have a rail. That's how you know when you're old too. You look for a rail. I needed a rail. I just didn't feel safe. And the stairs there aren't deep. They're not steep. But I just, you know, when you take steps down, and if your balance isn't right, it's just not a good thing. So anyway, got there, got to the show. The show was straight, but I was exhausted by the end of it. I did bust my cane out midway through the show. I just needed it, you know. You know how many ways I can say that. Wasn't as comfortable with it, but I needed it. We did stop. We grabbed one drink. Have you all had Crown Apple? I don't really like sweet stuff, but my homegirl put me onto it. if you add ginger ale with apple crown, oh my God, it's delicious. I'm not a big drinker. That's not my high. But I figured, I'd be social, whatever. Real women drink whiskey. Adults drink whiskey, in case you didn't know. But all of that was fine. The show was big okay. I just realized I don't need to go to that shit anymore. It was a shit show. Excuse my mouth. There's just so much going on. So highs and lows. I was very excited. The last couple of weeks about different things that are happening, and I keep looking away because I'm trying to get my thoughts. But I went to reflexology last week, and for the first time ever, wasn't good. It was painful. And I didn't go to a new masseuse. I only go to two guys. The one I prefer wasn't there, so I went to the other, and he's good too. But everywhere he pressed on me, it hurt. It was like painful, and I don't know if that has anything to do with me having difficulties again walking or feeling like my legs feel like noodles, or I'm just struggling to stand up. But I didn't like it, and I just have to check myself to keep the mental part, the emotional part in aspect, because I panic, and I don't have time to panic because I know what's going on. I just wish I knew why the changes happen, but no one ever can really answer those things for me. This whole mystery illness, whatever. And so, yeah, I do plan on returning to reflexology this week. I hope it's going to be much better. What else? What else? Highs and lows. So my low was just I have not been physically feeling whatever great. Um, I don't really have any highs right now. Some of you find your highs in different ways, and I do not judge. Please understand, I do not judge. I did go to church yesterday. That was somewhat of a high. Service was excellent. It was a sermon that I felt I needed to be there. I needed to hear it. You ever are there and you feel like the pastor's talking directly to you? That happened yesterday, but not the whole thing. I also sit in service sometimes, and you ever listen and you feel like, wow, the message is for people your friends directly, and you're like, wow, they need to be here. But I've learned I can't save everyone. I'm trying to save myself, okay? I came in here by myself. I'm probably going to leave here by myself. So I am concerned. I care. I love my friends. I just can't save them. And what else is going on? Oh, my other homegirl put me onto a prayer line that her and her sister have been calling every week, and it's from 6:30 a.m. to 7. And I started calling last week with them, and it's phenomenal. The evangelist, she's like a, what do you call when they're prophets? So it's a prophetic prayer, I guess. I don't know if I said that right, but I shared it with another friend of mine, and she's been calling too. And after the call, we'll call each other on a group call, and we're discussing the prayer, and it's amazing because some of the things that the evangelist is speaking about, we know who she's talking about on the call, which ones of us, or who she may be speaking of, and it's kind of deep. And it's good though. It's a great way to start the day. And let me just say this: I appreciate these young ladies so much. I need friendships like that. There are times that I get so down and so upset, and just I don't lose my faith, and I don't want to say I question my faith, and I'm not angry with God, but I get down. I'm human like everyone else, and I do, sometimes just say, why is this happening, And anytime that I get lost, or I want to, deviate from not my spirituality, but my faith is tested, and sometimes I need a good friend. You need someone to pull you back in. So I cherish those relationships. I hope they're watching. I certainly appreciate those times. You all, it's so big, it's so important, and I hope that I am somewhat that pillar for them too. But that was amazing. That was great. Again, service was great. Went to the Ratchet shit show because I'm still a little ratchet. I still believe in doing it for the ratchets. Don't judge me, okay? Okay, judge yourself. Judge yourself. But so that's my day. To the gym. The gym was straight today. I was able to pedal for 20 minutes. That may seem like nothing to you all, but it's a lot to me. Ever since I moved out of the building I used to live in, had an elevator, and now I have stairs. So to me, that was enough exercise while I was doing my exercise at home. But last night made me realize my legs are not as strong as I thought they were. So I have a lot more work to do. I hope that you all have a beautiful week. I hope you all have had a good Monday. And I guess I'll just talk to you guys next time. Thank you again. Till next time.